Hello, everybody. Yoko Double 7 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 13-12 Boston Red Sox taking on the 12-11 Tampa Bay Rays. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Rays. Rays taking the first game of this series. Are they able to take the second one? Or will the Red Sox come back to tie the series up? We'll find out in 9 innings time. But let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Leading off, the right fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. Batting second, the second baseman, Dustin Peoria. Batting third, the designated hitter, J.D. Drew. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the left fielder, Manny Ramirez. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Kevin Yorkills. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Coco Crisp. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jason Vertek. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Jed Laurie. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Gil Valcrez. On the mound for the Rays, it is Edwin Jackson. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of a 3.60. He's got 3 wins and no losses, pitched 25 innings, allowed 25 hits, 16 strikeouts, and 11 walks. And we're here at Tropicana Field, which gives a +2 to strikeouts and a +3 to walks. And with that, we are ready for the first pitch as Jacoby Ellsbury steps up into the batter's box. He's batting a .247, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a split result. Now, a split result off of the pitcher card, you're going to take a look at the batter. And if the batter is left or right-handed, will determine what side of the split we take a look at. In this case, Ellsbury is a left-handed batter, so on the pitcher card, we're going to look to the left-handed side of the slash. And in that case, it's going to be a walk plus. On a walk plus, we add 10 to the walk range plus the 3 from the ballpark. So we're adding 13 to his range. That makes it a 20. That is a 10, and that's going to be good for a walk. So as Ellsbury will trot on down to first, let's take a look at the starting defense for the Tampa Bay Rays. Crawford will be out there in left field. Upton will be in center. Gross will be at right. Going around the horn, we've got Longoria on third. Barnett will be at short. Iwamura is on second. Pena's at first. Riggins behind the plate. And Jackson is on the mound. Anytime we have a runner on base, we do roll for strategy. In this case, the strategy roll is a 9, so that's going to be a hit and run. And on hit and runs, all ground double play ratings will get a -2. Base run ratings get a +2. Home run and walk rates are cut in half. We'll round those down. Lineouts are considered double plays with the exception of an error on a throw. And if the batter strikes out, we'll resolve the play as a steal. Infield is at double play depth, and that's going to bring up Dustin Peoria, who is batting a .289. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. Home run on a 1-4. The 5 is too high. And that's a split result again. So that's where we get the home run from, Peoria being a left-handed, right-handed batter. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a base hit out there into left field, as it'll drop in front of Crawford. Ellsbury will go to second. Peoria will be on first. We roll for runner advancement. That's a 1. So with that, we check the second die, which is a 4. And here's where it says the lead runner will advance. So on both of these, the first thing is the lead runner advances. So Ellsbury automatically goes to third. Now for Peoria. If the roll is high, the trailing runner holds. In this case, Peoria's base run rating is a 3. The die roll is a 4. So with that, Peoria will hold. So, runners on the corners, the infield is playing in, and that's going to bring up J.D. Drew, who is batting a 275. Strategy roll is a 20. Anytime a 20 comes up on the strategy die, it becomes a pickoff chance. So on a 1, it's a bulk. On a 2 to 4, it's a pickoff. 5 would be a pickoff error. It's a 2. He picked him off. And I think he's going to pick off Ellsbury. And he does. So Ellsbury is out. We pick off the lead runner there, Drew. And here is the pitch. 1 out now. Infield now playing double play depth. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. It's a single to Gross. Now Gross's range is on a 1 to 3. If we'll roll 1d6, if it comes up 1, 2, or 3, Gross will make the catch, and we'll have 2 outs. It's a 1. Gross will make the play, and we have 2 outs. So Gross 1 for 8 on his range plays. That's going to bring up Manny Ramirez, batting a 300. Strategy roll is an 18. Red Sox holding off. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. Double question mark, single, and a 1 to 7. The 19 is too high. So anytime you get a double question mark off of the pitcher card, you'll resolve it, even when the batter is not tired. That'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5, and that's going to be a fly ball to Upton. Upton goes back, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Red Sox will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. Leading off, the second baseman, Akinori Iwamura. Batting second, the left fielder, Carl Crawford. Batting third, the center fielder, B.J. Upton. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Carlos Pena. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Evan Longoria. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Eric Hinsky. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Gabe Gross. Batting eighth, the catcher, Sean Riggins. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Jason Barlett. On the mound for the Red Sox, it is Clay Buzzcoles. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of a 5.14. He's got 1 win and 1 loss. He's pitched 21 innings, allowed 28 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 10 walks. And with that, Iwamura batting a 295, makes his way to the batter's box. We're ready to start the home half of the first inning. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. And we're also going to start the Rays also start this game off with a walk plus. And this time it becomes a 1 to 23. And that is an 18. So that's going to be an automatic walk for Iwamura. So Iwamura will trot on down to first. And here is the starting defense for the Boston Red Sox. Ramirez will be out there in left field. Crisp will be in center. Ellsbury in right field. Going around the horn, we've got Laurie on third. Valquez will be at short. Peoria will be on second. Yorkill's at first. Vrotek will be behind the plate. And Clay will be on the mound. Carl Crawford batting a 213. Strategy roll is an 18. Rays holding off. Infield at double play depth. And the pitch. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. That's a strikeout. On a 1 to 8, the 10 is too high. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6, ground ball to Valquez. So we are going to check for double play rating. And with that, it's a -1 from Buzz Cole. Peoria is a 0, makes it a 1. The die roll is a 2. Now, with the pivot being the second baseman from the shortstop, if the roll is greater than, it's a force out. However, if the roll is tied, or in this case, if it's greater than the ground double play rating but less than the base run rating, it's a play at first. So Iwamura will go to second, and the out is at first. So Iwamura gets into scoring position, and that's going to bring up BJ Upton. Upton batting a 242. Strategy roll is a 6, infield at normal depth. 1 out and the pitch. Pitch to Upton, and that is going to be a 3-6. Column 3, row 6. That is a blank. Upton, 5-3. Column 5, row 3. It's a base hit to third, down the third baseline to Laurie. So Iwamura will go to third. Upton on first. We've got runners on the corners. Iwamura will hold. He'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 4-6. That is a 3. He holds. Carlos Pena up. Pena batting a 253. Strategy roll is a 10. The infield is playing in. Runners on the corners and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-1. Column 5, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-3. Column 1, row 3. It's a base hit out there in the center field. Iwamura scores. Upton to second. Pena to third. We're going to check for runner advancement. And with this, Upton will go to third, because once again, remember the lead, when we have a 1, we check the second die roll, and both of the scenarios say that the lead runner does advance. So in this case, Upton goes to third. Now we'll take a look at Pena. His base run rating is a 2, the die roll is a 6, and Pena will hold. So it's an RBI single by Carlos Pena, and that is going to bring up Evan Longoria, who is batting a 225. Strategy roll is a 17. Rays holding off. Infield normal depth and the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-5. Column 1, row 5. That is a blank. Now we consider that a blank right now because Clay is not tired. Longoria, and that'll be a 5-3. Column 5, row 3. Ground ball to Peoria. Now we'll check for double play. In this case, is the runner in third going to score? He is. So will they go for the auto out at first? No, they are not. So with that, it becomes a fielder's choice. So ground out runner on third. P&C were always considered in. -2 to the base run rating of runner on third. Range rating of fielder is -2. Only plays for the infield are at home or first. If runner heads for home, if 1d6 is higher than the base run rating, he is out, otherwise safe. So in this case, Upton's base run rating is a 2. The die roll is a 2. It doesn't say if it's equal to. It says if the die roll is higher than the base run rating, otherwise out. So Upton will hold. The play is at first. Pena will go to second. And it is a fielder's choice. Whoop. So we're going to force out. No, Upton gets forced out. There we go. Upton gets forced out. Pena will go to second. Longoria is on first. And I just did that entire play backwards. So 2 outs, runners on first and second, and with runners on base with 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. Strategy roll is a 13, Eric Hinsky batting a 250, and here is the pitch, infield at normal depth. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6, home run on a 1-17. That is a 1, and Hinsky smacks a bomb. That ball's going down the right field side. Ellsbury going back, chasing it, but that ball's high. That ball is deep, and that ball is into the upper deck. And it's a 3-run home run by Eric Hinsky, and the Rays take a 4-run lead here in the top of the in the bottom of the first. It's 4-0 Rays, and Hinsky hits the second home run of the replay. And with that, Gabe Gross, who's batting a 250, steps up, 2 outs. Nobody on, infield at normal depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-12. That is a 1. Struck him out. So 4 runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and none left on for the Rays. After 1, it's Rays 4, Red Sox nothing. We go to the top of the second. Kevin Yorkills, Coco Crisp, and Jason Vertek do up for the Red Sox. Kevin Yorkills batting a 310 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. It's a range play, but with the @ symbol, we will use the ballpark card. Anytime you roll the @ symbol as your result on the pitcher card, you resolve the play using the home team's ballpark card. So in this case, we're going to resolve this play using the Tropicana Field card. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. It's a pop-up. Riggins. On his range it's a right fielder. I think it's going to be the 3. No, it's a foul ball on a 6. That's a foul ball. And we're going to redo the pitch. So it's a foul ball. We'll redo the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. It's a walk on a 1-13. The 14 is too high. And that'll be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. It's a double out there in the left field. And with that, Yorkills will get on, leads off with a base hit. Strategy rolls at 18. As Coco Crisp comes up, it's a sacrifice play, infield batting, infield normal. And here is the pitch, Coco Crisp batting a 222. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a successful sack bunt on a 1-18. Bunt rating is a 5. It's a 15. It's going to be behind the plate to the catcher. So 1 out, and that'll move Yorkills over into scoring position. 90 feet away as Jason Vertek comes up. Vertek is batting a 196. Strategy roll is a 3, infield at normal depth, and here is the pitch. Pitch, 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-18. The 19 is too high. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6 now. On a split off of the pitcher, off the batter card, we'll take a look, and we'll reverse that. We'll take a look if the pitcher is left or right-handed. Edwin is a right-handed pitcher, so on the right-handed side, we will look to the right-handed side of the slash. It's a ground ball to Iwamura. Now, are they going to try to score? That's the question. No, they are not. So the out is at first. and that puts 2 away. Jed Laurie up. Laurie batting a 190. Strategy roll is a 6. Red Sox holding off. And the pitch. And that'll be a 6-1. Column 6, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 1-4. Column 1, row 4. It's a base hit out there in the center field as he'll smack it in front of Upton. And with that, it would be an RBI single by Jed Laurie. Upton will get it, throw it over to Barnett to hold Laurie at first. It's 4-1. Gil Vacrez batting an 077, runner on first. Strategy roll is an 8. The infield is at normal depth, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a blank. Vacrez, and that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. Ground ball to Iwamura. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. But the Red Sox will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Sean Riggins, Jason Barnett, and Iwamura due up for the Rays. Sean Riggins batting a 222, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That's a strikeout on a 1-13. The 17 is too high. Riggins, 5-2, column 5, row 2. Double star 6, it's a fly ball. So on the double star 6, we'll come up here to the auto outline. That's the top line above the first set of numbers going across. We'll come over to the 6th column, and it's a fly ball back there to Ellsbury for out number 1. Jason Barnett batting at 254, and here is the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. Possible error on a throw. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a base hit out there into left field. Ramirez will come in, and instead the ball drops right down in front of him. We'll take a look at the error range. That is a 1 to 4. It's the number in the bracket. That is a 2. It's a throwing error. Ramirez throws it to Yorkill. It's a throwing error. It's a 1 base error. So he'll throw it wide, and Barnett will go to second, and that is an E7. We go to the top of the order. Iwamura up. He walked his last time up, but does have a run scored. Strategy roll is an 11. Rays standing pat. Infield at normal depth with 1 out. And the pitch. Runner in scoring position, and that is going to be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6. Home run for Iwamura on a 1 to 4. The 11 is too high. And instead, that's going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1, ground ball to Yorkos down the first baseline. And with that, it will be the out at first. Barnett will advance to third. As the rule says, runners advance on balls hit the first, second, or the catcher. 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Carl Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 14, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 8. That is an 8. Struck him out. So no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error, and the Rays will leave 1 stranded after 2. It's Rays 4, Red Sox 1. We go to the top of the third, and it's the top of the order for the Red Sox. Jacoby Ellsbury, Dustin Peoria, and J.D. Drew due up for the Bo Sox. Ellsbury walked his last time up, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a blank. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1, ground ball up the middle. Jackson will make the play there. And that'll be 1 away, and that's going to bring up Dustin Peoria. Peoria, 1-for-1. And the pitch. Nobody on infield at normal depth. And that'll be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. Home run on a 1-8. The 16 is too high. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. Base hit past second base to Iwamura. And with that, Peoria will get on with a base hit. So 1 out, 1 on first. Infield's at double play depth, and J.D. Drew is up, who is 0-for-1. Strategy roll is an 8. Red Sox holding off. And the pitch. And that'd be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a blank. Drew. And that is a 4-2, column 4, row 2. Base hit past Iwamura. Peoria will go to second. And with that, does he pick up the extra base and goes to third? He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 3-6. That is a 3. He will advance to third. And with that, the Red Sox have runners on the corners. And with that, infield is at double play depth. Runners on the corners. Strategy roll is a 10. Red Sox still holding off on that one. Manny Ramirez, who is 0-for-1, will step up now. And here is the pitch. And that is a 4-6, column 4, row 6. Home run on a 1-20. That is a 14. And that ball is out of here. 3-run home run down the left field side. Crawford runs back, but can't chase it, and that ball is into the upper deck. It's tied up at 4. And with that, Ramirez will hit his 5th home run of the replay. It's tied up at 4. And with that, Kevin Yorkos is up. He's 1-for-1 with a double and a run scored. Yorkos, the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a blank. Yorkos, 4-1, column 4, row 1. Fly ball back there to Upton. He'll make the catch. It's 2 outs and nobody on, and that's going to bring up Coco Crisp. Infield still at normal depth. Crisp, 0-for-0, and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. Crisp is a switch hitter, so he's batting left. That's going to be a blank. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, base hit past Iwamura. And that'll put Crisp on with a base hit. Jason Vertek up. He's 0-for-1. Runner on first. 2 outs. Infield at normal depth. Strategy roll is a 13. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. It's the at symbol, so we're going to resolve the play using the Tropicana field card. And with that, it'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. It is an S plus 8. It's a single to Upton. So with that, now, All runners will advance 2 bases, so Crisp will go to third, Votek on first, and with that, it's a 0. So Upton, and with that, no one advances. Votek will hold, because the die roll is higher, and the rule says if the roll is higher than the ABR, then the batter holds. Jed Laurie up. He's 1-for-1 with an RBI. Runners on the corner. Strategy roll is a 7. Red Sox holding off. 2 outs. And the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3. Column 3, row 3. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 2-1. Column 2, row 1. Double star 3. Ground ball to Longoria. Ground ball down the third baseline. Longoria's range is on a 1-4. That is a 4. Longoria will make the catch. And he had a hustle for that one to make the out. It's 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and the Red Sox will leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the third. It's B.J. Upton, Carlos Pena, and Evan Longoria due up for the Rays. B.J. Upton, 1-for-1, and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Ground ball up the middle to Clay. He'll make the catch. And that'll be out number 1. Carlos Pena, 1-for-1 with a run scored and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a strikeout. On a 1-16, that is a 10. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that'll put 2 away, and that's going to bring up Evan Longoria, who is 0-for-1 with a run scored and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout. On a 1-15, that is a 15. Struck him out. So the Red Sox retire the Rays in order, 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, we're tied at 4. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's going to be Gil Valcrez, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Dustin Peoria due up for the Red Sox. Clay Valcrez 0-for-1. Taking a look at Edwin Jackson, he can face 9 more batters before he is considered tired. Still got a little bit left in the tank. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-2. The 17 is too high. 4-3, column 4, row 3, double star 3. It's going to be a ground ball down the third baseline. Longoria will make the catch there. And that'll put 1 away. We go to the top of the order. Jacoby Ellsbury, 0-for-1, walked his last time up. Infield at normal depth, and the pitch. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. Fly ball back there. Upton will go back, make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Dustin Peoria, 2-for-2 with a run scored. And the pitch. Peoria, 2-6, column 2, row 6. Double question mark, single on a 1-7. The 18 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. Line drive to the shortstop. Barnett will make the catch, throw it to Pena and Longoria. He's 5-for-5 on his range plays, by the way. He's perfect on that. So the Rays return the favor and retire the Red Sox in order. 3 up, 3 down. Very easy inning to score there on the top half of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Eric Hinske, Gabe Gross, and Sean Riggins due up for the Rays. Eric Hinske, 1-for-1 with a home run, a run, and 3 RBIs. And the pitch. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's a strikeout on a 1-14. The 13 in range struck him out. And that'll put one away. Gabe Gross, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. Gross, 5-2, column 5, row 2. That's a strikeout on a 1-12. That is a 4. Struck him out. And that is Clay's 6th strikeout of the game. Sean Riggins, 0 for 1, and the pitch. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to be a 1-2. Column 1, row 2, strikeout on a 1-13. That is a 7. Struck him out. And with that, Clay managed to strike out the side. 3 up, 3 down. Once again, a very easy inning to score there, a very quick inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, we're tied at 4. We go to the top of the 5th. It's going to be J.D. Drew, Manny Ramirez, and Kevin Yorkill's due up for the Red Sox. J.D. Drew, 1 for 2 with a run scored, and here is the pitch. By the way, Edwin Jackson can face 6 more batters. Rays got their bullpen warming up. 3-5. Column 3, row 5, that is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-1. Column 5, row 1. Line drive to third base, to second base to Iwamura. He'll make the catch, throw it to Penna. And that is the out for out number 1. Manny Ramirez, 1 for 2 today with a home run, a run, and 3 RBIs. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-15. That is a 3. Struck him out. And that is Edwin Jackson's first strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Kevin Yorkill's 2 out, nobody on. Yorkill's is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. Wild pitch, nobody on. We're going to roll for the batter. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. It's a fly ball back there to left field, to right field. Gross runs back, sees it, makes the catch. And that's the out, and that'll retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Rays retire the Red Sox in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Jason Barnett, Iwamura, and Carl Crawford due up for the Rays. Jason Barnett, 1 for 1, and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Home run on a 1-10. That is an 8. Actually, that's a strikeout, sorry. Strikeout on a 1-10. That is an 8. Struck him out. Struck him out, and we go to the top of the order to Iwamura. Iwamura is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run and the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That's a strikeout on a 1-12. That is a 3. Struck him out. Carl Crawford is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 2 outs, nobody on. And that'll be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. Possible error on a ground ball. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. Ground ball to Peoria. His error range is on a 1-2. It's a 17. There is no error there. And that'll be out number 3 as Peoria will make the catch. Throw it to Yorkills, who will tag the base. And that will retire the side. So the Red Sox retired the Rays in order once again. It's 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, we're still tied at 4. We go to the top of the 6th. It's going to be Coco Crisp, Jason Vertek, and Jed Lowry due up for the Red Sox. Coco Crisp, 1 for 1. Edwin Jackson can face 3 more batters before he is considered tired. He's still out there on the mound, and that's going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a walk on a 1-13. That is a 13, and that is going to be a walk. So runner on first as Chris will trot on down to first. Jason Vertek, 1 for 2, and the pitch. Strategy rolls a 16, infield double play depth. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Tropicana Field, and that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, ground ball to Barnett. And we will check for double play rating. That's going to be a +1. It's going to be a +2. We add that to the ground double play rating. That makes it a 5. We take 1d6, roll it against the ground double play rating. The pivot, by the way, is Iwamura. So come over here. We come over here to the double play pivot chart. Whoop. We don't want that. Yeah, we know it's a ground ball to a shortstop. And that is going to be a 5. And that is going to be a double play. So it is a 6-4-3 double play. And with that, it's a 6-4-3 double play. And that will put 2 outs. So Jed Laurie, 1 for 2 with an RBI and the pitch. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4, home run chance on a 1-3. The 11 is too high. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1, pop up. Penna will get underneath it, sees it, makes the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on for the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 6. It's B.J. Upton, Carlos Penna, and Evan Longoria due up for the Rays. B.J. Upton, 1 for 2, and the pitch. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That's a strikeout on a 1-14. That is an 8. Struck him out. By the way, Clay can face 4 more batters. So that'll be 1 away. Carlos Penna, 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. And the pitch. And that'll be a 3-2, column 3, row 2, strikeout. On a 1-16, that is a 9. Struck him out. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Evan Longoria, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a run. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 4-4, column 4, row 4, double star 2. That's a fly ball back there to Chris. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 1. Chris runs back on the track, makes a leaping catch to take the hit away, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 up, 3 down. As the Red Sox retire the Rays in order. After 6, we're still tied at 4 after 6. We go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Gil Valquez, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Dustin Peoria due up for the Red Sox. And with that, Erwin Jackson tired, so we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Rays. So Jackson will come out. And they're going to bring in Gary Glover. Glover will come in into the game. He comes into the game with an ERA of a 4.50. 1 win and 1 loss. He's pitched 8 innings, allowed 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Irwin Jackson, he went 7 innings, allowed 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, an ERA of a 3.94. So we go to the top of the 7th, and it's going to be 9-1 and 2 due up for Gil Valquez. And Gil is 0 for 2, and the pitch. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Fly ball back there. Upton will go back. Comes in, sees it, eyes it up. Ways off Crawford, who also comes in to help him out. And that'll be out number 1. Top of the order, Jacoby Ellsbury is 0 for 2 with a walk and the pitch. And that'll be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. It's a wild pitch. So nobody's on. We're going to roll for the batter, Ellsbury. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. It's a ground ball down the second base line to Iwamura as he'll make the catch, toss that one underhanded to Penna, who will quickly tag the base, who beats the runner there and records out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Dustin Peoria, who is 2 for 3 with a run scored and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a walk on a 1-12. The 16 is too high. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5, double star 2. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Gross. Gross will make the catch. And that'll be out number 3. And Singh, take me out to the ball game. So the Red Sox go down in order. So quick inning there, 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Eric Hinsky, Gabe Gross, and Sean Riggins due up for the Rays. And with that, Clay Buzzcore also will come out of the game, and we do have a new pitcher up for Boston, and they're going to bring in Hideki Okijima. Actually, they're going to bring in Mike Timlin. Timlin will come into the game now. Timlin will come into the game with a 3.25 ERA. He's got no wins and 1 loss. Does have a save. He's pitched 8 1/3 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Clay, he went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 5.34. And with that, Eric Hinsky. Well, let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 had been played. Boston scored a run in the first, 3 runs in the third, 4 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. And Tampa came out, scored all 4 runs in the first inning. They've been shut out since the second. It's 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors. So 12 hits between both teams. Hinsky, 1 for 2 today with a home run, a strikeout, and 3 RBIs. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. Possible strikeout, possible error, sorry. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4, line drive to Peoria. Error rating is on a 1 to 2. And he'll make the catch there, and that'll put one away. Gabe Gross, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And the pitch. And that'll be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a blank. And that'll be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. Double star 6. That's a fly ball to Ramirez. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Sean Riggins, 0 for 2 and the pitch with a strikeout. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. Possible error. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. Power hit to Crisp. On a 1 to 9, it's a single. On 10 to 11, it is a double. It's a 12. It's a fly ball. Crisp will make the catch. However, error check is on a 1 to 2. It's a 15, no error there. And no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Rays go down in order as the Red Sox retire them 1, 2, 3. Very easy inning to score there. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 7, we're tied at 4. We go to the top of the 8th. It's J.D. Drew, Manny Ramirez, and Kevin Yorkill's due up for the Red Sox. And with that, Gary Glover is coming out of the game, and they are going back to their bullpen. Their bullpen was warming up during that during the bottom half of the 7th. And with that, they are going to bring in Jason Hamill. Hamill is going to come in. He'll come into the game with a 2.61 ERA. No wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 20 and 2/3 of an inning. Allowed 16 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Taking a look at the stats so far here. And with that, Glover has a 4.0 average. Nothing across the board there on that last inning. So 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Red Sox. J.D. Drew, 1 for 3 today with a run scored and the pitch. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That's a strikeout on a 1 to 11. 17 is too high. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. Fly ball back there to Gross. Us will go back, make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Manny Ramirez, 1 for 3 today with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 3 RBIs. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a blank. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. It's a fly ball back there to Gross. He'll go back, makes the catch. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Kevin Yorkill is 1 for 3 today with a double and a run scored. And the pitch. And that'll be a 2-2, column 2, row 2, range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3, line drive to Penna. His range is on a 1 to 5. It's a 2. Penna will make the catch, throw it. Hamill comes over. Penna tosses it underhand to Hamill, who will tag the base. And that will retire the side, so no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Jason Barnett, Iwamura, and Carl Crawford due up for the Rays. And with that, no changes right now to anybody's defense. We're still... and with that, Mike Timlin coming out of the game. And they are going to bring in Xavier Lopez. They're going to the left-hander. Yep. Lopez will come into the game now. comes into the game with a 3.0 average. He's got no wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 9 innings, allowed 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 10 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Mike Timlin, he went 1 inning, an ERA of a 2.91. With that, Jason Barnett is up. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3, strikeout plus. On a 1-20, that is a 6. Struck him out. When we go to the top of the order, Iwamura 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-4, column 4, row 4, strikeout plus on a 1-23. That is a 1. Struck him out. So 2 up, 2 down, and Carl Crawford, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1, double star, ground ball to Laurie. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. After 8, we're still tied at 4. We go to the top of the 9th. It's Coco Crisp, Jason Vertek, and Jed Laurie due up. But will we see some 9th inning magic? So we go to the top of the 9th. It's going to be Coco Crisp, Jason Vertek, and Jed Laurie due up for the Red Sox. And with that, Jason Hamill still staying out there on the mound. Let's take a look at the box score after 8 innings have been played. The Red Sox scored 3 run in the second, 3 runs in the third, 4 runs on 8 hits with 1 error. Tampa Bay scored 4 runs all the way back in the first inning. They have been shut out since the first 8. And with that, it's 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors for the Rays. Hamill can face 7 more batters before he's considered tired. Coco Crisp on the in the batter's box. He's 1 for 1 today with a run scored, with a walk. Sorry, that is a 6-5, column 6, row 5, home run on a 1-5. The 13 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. It's a double to Crawford. So Crisp will get on with leads off with a double. And that is going to bring up Jason Vertek. Vertek is 1 for 4. Strategy roll is a 5. Red Sox holding off. Infield at normal depth with no outs. And that's going to be a 3-3. Column 3, row 3. Wild pitch on a 1-13. It's a wild pitch. 14-16. It's a passed ball. It's an 18. Nothing happens. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a base hit to Gross. Crisp will go to third. He will hold. He'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 0 on that. The 2 is too high. Strategy roll is an 18. It's going to be a squeeze play. Jed Laurie 1 for 3 today with an RBI. No outs, runners on the corners. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a walk on a 1-14. Popped up for the out, runner at third, out as well. It's a double play. 2 outs, and Vertek will stay at first. Strategy roll is a 9. Gil Valquez up. Valquez 0 for 3. Is he going to take the hit? He is. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a blank. Valquez. 6-3, column 6, row 3. Base hit to Barnett past the shortstop. And that'll move Vartek over to second. He'll hold at second. He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of 5 to 6. He has a 2. He'll hold. We go to the top of the order. Jacoby Ellsbury, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. Ellsbury going to take the hit and the pitch. Vertex staying on, and that'll be a 4-3. Column 4, row 3. That is a blank. By the way, strategy roll is a 14. That's going to be a 2-5. Column 2, row 5. It's a base hit to Iwamura. Vertek on third. He'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 3 through 6. That is a 2. He'll score. It's 5-4. Red Sox with a 1-run lead. Valquez on second. He'll go from first to third on a 3 to 6. That is a 4. He'll go to third, and the runners are on the corners with the Red Sox with a 1-run lead. Dustin Peoria going to take the hit. Strategy roll is a 12. Infield normal depth and the pitch. And that's going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1 at the ballpark. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. It's an S+9. It's a single to Gross. And another run will score. It's an RBI single. All runners will advance 2 bases regardless. Ellsbury goes to third. Dustin Peoria goes to second. He will hold. The die roll is a 4. And the rule says if the roll is high, he holds. And with that, 2 outs. And J.D. Drew is up. He's 1 for 4 today with a run scored. And the pitch. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. Double question mark, single and a 1 to 6. That is a 10. The 10 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. Fly ball back there to Upton, who will make the catch. And that'll retire the side. So 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's B.J. Upton, Carlos Pena, and Evan Longoria due up for Tampa Bay. The Rays down by 2. It's 2 to tie, 3 to win. B.J. and with that, Xavier Lopez done. And they are going to bring in Jonathan Pembleton. Actually, sorry, they're going to bring in Craig Hansen. Hansen will come in for the save. Matt. Yep. Craig will come in for the save here. Hansen will come into the game with a 3.71 ERA. He's got 1 win and no losses. He's pitched 9 2/3 innings, allowed 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Xavier Lopez, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 2.77. And with that, B.J. Upton, 1 for 3, and the pitch. Upton, 4-2, column 4, row 2. That's going to be a walk. On a 1 to 21, that is a 20, and that'll be good for a walk. So Upton will get on with a bait, will trot on down to first, and that'll bring up Carlos Pena. Pena, 1 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts, a run, and an RBI. Pena going to take the hit. And that'll be a 1-2, column 1, row 2, home run chance on a 1 to 10. That is a 6. D20 on a 1 to 20. That is a home run. And with that, Carlos Pena ties the game up with a 2-run home run. As that ball goes down the right field side, Ellsbury goes back, can't get it. And with that, it is his 5th home run of the replay, and it's tied up at 6. Evan Longoria 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Longoria going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5 hit by pitch. Craig will give a minus a 0. The hit by pitch rating is a 9. The 16 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, ground ball to Peoria. He'll make the catch, and that'll put one away. Eric Hinsky, 1 for 3 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, 3 RBIs on the day. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6, double star, fly ball back there to Ellsbury, who will make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Gabe Gross, 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts. Gross gonna take the hit. Actually, Gross not gonna take the hit here. They are going to bring in Willie Abar. Abar will come into the game with a 3.23 average and the pitch. That is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. Home run chance on a 1 to 10. The 20 is too high. Abar 3-1, column 3, row 1. Fly ball back there to Coco Crisp. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. And with that, at right field, they are going to bring in Justin Gregorio will come in at right field. Take over there. So, after 9, it's 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go into, it's free baseball. We go into extra innings. It's tied up at 6 after 9. It's going to be Manny Ramirez, Kevin Yerkills, and Coco Crisp due up for the Red Sox. And when we get to extra innings, we let the computer decide who is going to be the relief pitcher from here on out. And that will be J.D. Powell. Powell will come in as the relief. He comes into the game with a .90 ERA. No wins, no losses. Does have 1 save. He does have 10 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 5 walks. It's Manny Ramirez, Kevin Yerkills, and Coco Crisp due up. Taking a look at the stats here for Jason, he went 2 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, an ERA of a 3.17. He can face 6 batters. Here's the pitch to Manny Ramirez, who is 1 for 4 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 3 RBIs, and that's going to be a 4-3. Column 4, row 3. That's going to be a walk on a 1 to 9. The 11 is too high. 1-3, column 1, row 3. It's a base hit into center field. So it's a small blooper to Upton. And Ramirez will get on with a base hit. Strategy roll is a 12. Kevin Yerkills, who is 1 for 4 today with a double and a run scored. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 12. Red Sox holding off. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, double question mark, double star and a 1 to 15. The 11 is in range, and that is going to be a fly ball to Upton, who will make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Coco Crisp, 2 for 2 with a double and a walk. And the pitch, strategy roll is a 9. And that'll be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 15. 16 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Fly ball back there. Upton will make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Jason Vertek is 2 for 5 with a run scored. And the pitch, strategy roll 7. Red Sox still holding out. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, possible error. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's a single to Penna. His error range is a 1. No error there. And Ramirez will go to second. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. And that is going to bring up Jed Laurie, who is 1 for 4 with an RBI. Strategy roll is a 1. Red Sox holding off. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5, home run chance on a 1 to 4. 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. It's a ground ball to Penna. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. And the Red Sox will leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It's Sean Riggins, Jason Barnett, and Iwamura due up for the Rays. Craig Hansen, done. As we do have a new pitcher on the mound for Boston. And that is going to be Devonick Hansack. He'll come into the game. Comes into the game with no ERA. Does have 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walks, no wins, and no losses. Taking a look at the stats here for Craig. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit. 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 home run. An ERA of a 5.05. 8-9-1. Sean Riggins 0 for 3. Riggins going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That's a strikeout on a 1 to 13. That is an 8. Struck him out. Jason Barnett, 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Barnett going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. Double question mark single on a 1 to 9. That is a 9. That's going to be good for a base hit. Barnett on with a base hit. So 1 out, runner on first. Strategy rolls a 17. Infield at double play depth. Top of the order, Iwamura is 0 for 3 with a walk, 2 strikeouts, and a run. And with that, here is the pitch to Iwamura. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 12. The 14 is too high. And that's going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. It's going to be a fly ball to Crawford. And that is out number 2. Strategy rolls a 2. They are going to send him on the steal. It's a 19. He gets caught stealing. And that will retire the side. It's no runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 10, we're still tied at 6. We go to the top of the 11th. Gil Valquez, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Dustin Peoria due up. J.D. Powell, done. And it's going to be dealing Dan Wheeler on the mound. Dan Wheeler comes into the game with a 5.42. No wins and 2 losses, 3 saves, 8 1/3 of an inning, allowed 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 5 walks. 9-1-2 in the lineup. And here is the pitch to Gil Valquez, who is 1 for 4 with a run scored. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. Strikeout plus on a 1-12. That is a 5. Struck him out looking. We go to the top of the order. Jacoby Ellsbury, who is 1 for 4 with a walk and an RBI. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. Power hit to right field. And on a 2, it's a double. So off the wall, Ellsbury will get on with a double. Sacrifice play here for Peoria. He's 3 for 5 with a run and an RBI. Strategy rolls a 19, infield at normal depth, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, home run chance. And it's a successful sac bunt. So 2 outs, and that'll get Ellsbury over to third. So the winning run 90 feet away, J.D. Drew, 1 for 5. Dan can go one more batter. 1-1, column 1, row 1, strikeout plus on a 1-21. That is a 9. Struck him out. Struck him out, and with that, Devin Hansack staying out there on the mound. That's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Carl Crawford, B.J. Upton, and Carlos Pena due up for the Rays. Carl Crawford 0 for 4 today with a strikeout. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a blank. And that'll be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Fly ball back there to Ramirez. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. B.J. Upton 1 for 3 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run. And that'll be a 6-4, 4-6, column 4, row 6 at the ballpark. And that'll be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. It's an S plus 7. It's a single to Ramirez. Upton gets on, however, he goes for 2, but gets tossed out. He got on, but got out at second, tried to go for 2, but they threw him out. Carlos Pena, 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs, 3 RBIs. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That's a strikeout. On a 1-16, that is a 7. Struck him out. Struck him out, so no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. After 11, we're still tied at 6. We go to the top of the 12th. It's Manny Ramirez, Kevin Yorkills, and Coco Crisp due up. Dan Wheeler done. And they're going to bring in Trevor Miller. Miller will come into the game. Miller comes into the game with a 9.57. No wins, no losses. He's pitched 4 2/3 of an inning, allowed 11 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Manny Ramirez, Kevin Yorkills, and Coco Crisp due up for the Red Sox. Ramirez, 2 for 5 today with a home run, a strikeout, a run, 3 RBIs. 6-4, column 6, row 4. Possible error. Still no changes to either team's defense. 3-3, column 3, row 3. It's a ground ball to Iwamura. He'll make the catch. No error there. His error range is a 3. That is a 17. 17 is too high. And that'll put one away. Kevin York kills 1 for 5 with a double and a run scored. And that's going to be a 3-5. Column 3, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 13. That is a 13. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. And that's going to bring up Coco Crisp, who is 2 for 3 with a double and a walk. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4. Column 6, row 4. Possible error. And that's going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. Line drive up the middle to Miller, who will make the catch there. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Rays retire the Red Sox in order. It's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 12th. It's Evan Longoria, Eric Kinski, and Justin will be due up for the Rays. Jonathan Pembleton will come up on the mound now. Pembleton comes into the game with a 2.17 ERA, no wins, 1 loss, 5 saves, 8 1/3 of an inning pitched, allowed 4 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 1 walk. 5, 6, and 7, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be at Ellsbury. It's a 3-5, column 3, row 5. Ellsbury ranges on a 1 to 5. That is a 3. Ellsbury will make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Eric Kinski, 1 for 4 today with a home run, a strikeout, a run, 3 RBIs. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 14. The 11 is in range. Struck him out. And that's going to bring up Justin, who is 0 for 0, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, home run chance on a 1 to 17. That is a 2. We need a 9 or less. It's a 13, and that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, ground ball to Peoria. And that'll be out number 3, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the top of the, after 12, we're still tied at 6. We go to the top of the 13th. It's going to be Jason Vertek, Jed Laurie, and Gil Valquez due up. Miller done. We're going heavily into the bullpens for both teams, and this time it's going to be Troy. Troy will come into the game with a 9.31, no wins, no losses, does have 3 saves. He's pitched 8 2/3 innings, allowed 11 hits, 14 strikeouts, and 7 walks. 7, 8, and 9 of the lineup and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4 at the ballpark. Troy having a special K rating, and that is a 5, and that's going to be in the special K rating on a 1 to 6. Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Jed Laurie, who is 1 for 5 with an RBI. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. Error and a possible throw, 7 outside of the range of the special K. It's going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. Fly ball back there to Justin, who will make the catch. And that'll be out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, and Gil Valquez, who is 1 for 5 with a strikeout and a run, and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6, home run. That is a 0. The 2 is too high. On an 18 outside of the range of the special K, 6-4, column 6, row 4, ground ball to second base to Iwamura. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Rays retire the Red Sox in order. We go to the bottom of the 13th. It's going to be Sean Riggins, Jason Barnett, and Ewa Moore due up for the Rays. Pembleton, done. And they're going to go with Manny DeClaro and will come in. Comes into the game with an 8.06 ERA, no wins, no losses, 2 saves. He's pitched 6 and 2/3 innings, allowed 11 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Sean Riggins, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4, 3-6. Column 3, row 6. It's a range play. And that is going to be a 3-5. Column 3, row 5. It's a single to the shortstop. Valcrez's range is on a 1-3. It's a 4. Can't make the catch. And with that, Riggins will get on with a base hit. So Riggins is going to come out. They're going to put Fernando Perez on as a pinch runner. And that's going to bring up Jason Barnett. 2 for 4 today with 2 strikeouts. Strategy roll is a 4. Infield double play depth. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. Hit by pitch on a 1-14. Manny will add a +1. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. It's a double into left field. And with that, Fernando Perez will get on with a bit. Will go to third. Barnett goes to second. And we have runners on the corners. Strategy roll is a 2. They're going to send him. And that is a 2. Error range for Vertek is a 7-15 outside of the range. And that's going to be a stolen base as Perez will steal home. And it's 6-7. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That's a strikeout. On a 1-12, that is a 2. Struck him out. And that should have been the end of the game right there. And that's going to bring up Carl Crawford on a 17 on the strategy roll, infield at normal depth. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a strikeout. On a 1-8, the 13 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. It's a base hit to Valquez. Barnett will go to third. His base run rating is on a 1-3. He'll go from second to home on a 3-6. That is a 3. And that is the game as the Tampa Bay Rays defeat the Boston Red Sox of a final score of 8-6 and extra innings. Final line score coming right up. So the Tampa Bay Rays hang on to defeat the Boston Red Sox in 13 innings. Boston 6 runs on 16 hits with 1 error. The Rays 8 runs on 10 hits and no errors. They scored 2. They should have scored 1 on that, but don't know why the program did not register that being the end of the game. Troy Bravoco will get the win. Manny DeClaren picks up the loss. Manny Ramirez hits his 5th home run of the replay. Carlos Pena also hits his 5th home run, and Eric Hinsky hits his 2nd home run. Let's take a look at the stats here for the pitchers. Troy Bravoco with the win. He pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, an ERA of an 8.57. Manny DeClaren, who will get the loss, he went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 10.29. So that is going to do it for us here, as the Boston Red Sox will drop to 13-13. They'll drop to 500, and the Tampa Bay Rays will improve to 13-11. If you enjoy the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Yoko007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.